please comment, like,
share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah.
Hi, family, friends, and fans. This is Mama Naasira and Dr. Joe with Spicy, Tasty Vegan Cuisine. And we're interviewing one of the movers and shakers in a positive way in the Gambia. So we'll let him say in his own words, who are you?
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Elder Joe and Mama Naasira, Spicy Tasty Vegan. Who I am my soul, definitely, you know. And I'm called Dampha, you know, commonly known as Bobo Dampha, many knew me. Yeah.
How long have you been in the Gambia?
Wow. I've been in Gambia since I was born in 1986, and then from 3 years after that I traveled to Scotland with my dad and my parents, you know. And then after then I was settled in Gambia, went to schools, to the Gambian schools, you know, graduated, and then I did some travels to Ethiopia and Kenya, and still and to the beautiful smiling coast Gambia. Give thanks, you know.
Well, how long have you been plant-based or vegan, as they say?
Yeah, plant-based. Well, I would say my plant-based came 6 years ago. But generally, I've been groomed in a house where eating healthy is a norm. You know, it's a practice. You know, you know, my parents were so focused on what you eat and how you're gonna eat it. You know, the time you're gonna eat it. You know. Especially my dad, he was so keen with our intake of sugar, of salt, of oil, you know. So that was a stepping stone, a beginning, you know. These things, they start from a long time, you know, having the grown up to a desire to eat healthy. You know, you don't just grow up instantly and it happens. So I can still recall from that time with my parents, you know, that this practice, you know, of me, even now, but broader than it, making it wide, you know?
Yeah.
So give thanks for the past 6 years, you know, due to the current information, and you know, wherever you are, a destiny will meet you, the good things will meet you, you know? Information will slowly come to you. And then, you know, that's how I feel it. So we say, well, how can you be in Gambia and then you are vegan or you are not eating meat? It is very much concern to many people. You know, I'm like, well, I've been eating it for a long time, so if I feel the need now that I could preserve myself from eating it. And there are, of course, in Gambia, many substitutes. To substitute the meat eating, you know, and which was a blessing, you know, meeting new people, creative people, you know, who are into the journey, seriously into the journey, you know, of bringing healthy lifestyle to themselves and to their people around. You know, I always feel like, wow, this is my time, you know, of also being part of this, you know, this beginning of getting a new sense of relation, a new sense of eating to the whole world.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, we're certainly really thankful too that you also had the opportunity to work with us.
Absolutely.
And learn all the different, more interesting recipes and how to take what you've already come to the homester run.
Absolutely, to the homester.
Yes, you came there with your skill and then we put it all together. And we're so grateful that you also worked in other areas in the food. So you are a wealth to the Gambia.
And we'd like for you to know also that Bobo has been working with us for about a year in his time, and he's put in his time and earned his certificate. So he has a spicy, tasty vegan certificate.
Fantastic.
And with Spicy Tasty Vegan, tell us please, what is it that you learned from us that has been able to help you?
Yes, well, you know, at times many people will focus on the physicals, you know. You know, for me, you know, I feel, you know, those little things that people ignore are even to get us, you know. Finding people who can be so generous in doing things without anticipating a reward from it, you know. It's the most highest level you can find people and get inspired and motivated if you see people, elders, acting in that form, you know. That sense of nastiness, killing it off, you know, doing it for people, for the sake of people. And that is creating a heaven. You know,
Yes.
spicy tasty created a heaven, and I tell people it's like food in heaven. So, you know.
Well, thank you, thank
Well,
you.
it appears that you have already answered a lot of the questions, but how has your change in lifestyle? I think you,
Yeah,
including
yeah.
what you eat and the
Yeah.
fact you kind of,
Yeah, of course, like they said, eat good and then you grow good, you know, eat healthy, you know, and then the mind benefits from it, the body, the spirit, you know, all these three aspects of your being benefit from when you started eating healthy. You know, my mind, I started to be more creative in even my areas, the food areas around me, you know, started to be more curious, you know, finding out that, oh, these are even around me, I can even use them. So, you know, then physically my body was getting healed, you know, all those toxicities that I was putting in my body, they were getting out, you know. I was detoxifying with the wonderful smoothies every time Mama Naasira and
oh
Dr.
my.
bring on. And then, you know, I myself was fortunate to have a smoothie from Mama Naasira and Dr. Joe. I'm a presser, a juice presser.
Oh
You know, that I
yeah.
used for my
The
own
juice
and,
machine,
I make my own juice. I got a blender from them.
Wow.
You know, and all of this. Yeah, you know, I can only be grateful. And then spiritually also, you know, eating good will help you connect even faster to your high being.
That's right.
You know.
Now, speaking of that, I think the audience should know that you're considered a healer. Could you, and also a Kemetic yoga teacher. Could you just tell us a little bit about how did that happen? How did you go from this point to there?
Yeah, absolutely. And my transition into from Kemetic healing and always mixed healing, I think they are all very, very interconnected. It's just that a lot of the teachings are separated, and then it's been a cultural dominance to promote more certain cultures and not to bring out the teachings of certain cultures that have already done it millions of years ago. You know, energy healing, you know, I've been introduced to this about 10 years ago, and then I was so fortunate to be a part of the group that was doing it in Gambia called the Panic Healing, you know, Gambian Foundation. You know, I did several courses and trainings with them. We do healing with our hands, you know. So miraculous healing, miraculous healing, you know, with your bare hands. So I was curious. Africa was not doing this, because the only images I was seeing was, you know, Asiatic people, you know, doing those healings. But I was curious, and then I know in my community people were doing certain healings, on touch healings. You know, somebody will rub her hand, especially all mothers, you know, and then you will get healed. Certain part of you will get healed. So and I was like curious. Oh, then if this is India, then this is India already. We have these healings. So you know, I started to be connected to more in my Afrocentric, you know, ancestral history. You know, going to Kemet, you know, realizing that there were teachers who were even teaching like philosophy of Kemetic yoga. You know, Yasser, whatever I would say, a big thanks to him. He has been a great influence. He's been a teacher, a trainer. He trained me, and then certified me as an instructor some 3 years ago. You know. So yeah, and it was very fascinating that African people were into all this meditation and yoga things before even it was going to move to Asia.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
We were the first.
Yeah. So I as an African youth, I was very proud to see that, because you know, people who were teaching me, they were telling me that African people are the lowest in the rank of the spiritual tree. They create a spiritual tree. On the top, you have levels of it. On that level, the bottom level, the black people are just like the Darwin theory.
Yes.
You know, so in the spiritual also, they created this philosophy of race of people who are the lowest. So in this time, the South African people are in the lowest of spirituality. So this has been kicking into my mind every time. And then I was like, wow, am I people are not spiritual then? You know?
We were the first.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
right.
we're going to move on to what you have been doing, this project that we find fascinating. Well, first of all, tell us, what is it?
Yeah.
What is it you're doing?
And the name of it.
And you know, I loved you guys, fantastic. I do have a question though. You going to stay in that one spot, or are you going to move around? Because okay.
Yes, the thing we're doing in Talinding, in a part of Gambia called Talinding, where you have a beautiful river, and then they have a beautiful mangroves, you know, on the tree, baobab trees, you know, tamarind trees. So you know the place, you know, it's been used by people for residential purposes, you know, building concrete houses,
Yes.
you know, and the like, you know, and then you know, I've been growing up all the time having this idea of wow, you know, this place can be used as a recreational center, you know. So with time, and then I've been introduced into my yoga. I used to have yoga students, you know, camping and retreats and all that. So the people who used to come to my session, they were like, we need an African, a Gambian place to do all of these things.
Like a center.
Yeah,
a center.
a Gambian, you know, all of the things, the eco-friendly institutions or you know, venues are mostly owned by, you know, white Europeans and non-Gambians, you know. So for many people who come to Gambia, like returnees like yourself, you want to invest in more Gambians, you know, than putting into people who are taking it back again. So you know, I was like, yeah, for it, man, you know, if this time come, I would definitely be part of creating a thing like this, you know, creating a deck where it wouldn't be a cement house, you know, to bring that sense of understanding that those areas, locations on our beaches should not be concrete jungle structures.
But more eco-friendly.
Yeah, more
now,
eco-friendly.
what we have is we have some pictures we're going to show of him starting to build this project.
Yep.
And as you can see, it's time consuming and it's labor of, I guess, a labor of love.
Yeah, it is a big, we started it last year, November, you know. It is, like you said, labor intense, it is costly because, you know, the materials, you're spending the wood. And then, you know, there was a lot of, you know, because people were wanting to use those kind of structures, you know, building structures, seeing a wood. People were picking wood on top of the river. They were like, so, you know, but with time, people started to realize what we were up to. They know, oh, this is a house. Okay. It's a house on top of the river. So, you know, so that really sparked the mind of people that, okay, I know I can do a thing like this too, you know, with all the money I can spend in a cement house.
Yes.
In a location like this, that I could be a part of preserving it, you know. Then I could build a wooden thing, you know, and then put more value to that community, you know, because I've grown up in that community, and then we don't have a venue around that area that we can even entertain ourselves.
So this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is what you're doing. Now you're going to have food there.
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna have spicy tasty food there.
That is good. So it's eco-friendly.
Yep.
And so what does that mean to be eco-friendly? How is that important?
Yes, absolutely, Mama. You see, we are part of the ecosystem already. We are the eco itself, the plants.
Yes.
They generate that we need. That oxygen, and then it goes vice versa.
Yes.
So we are all in this ecosystem. So we come into this time when we've seen a lot of damage into that of we, it's part of we, of ourselves being so damaged by ourselves and by many times by other people who don't have the interest to maintain it. They just have done their waste in. We have seen Gambia has turned into that. You know, not only that part of the area I'm doing. These are general concern all over. You know, many people bring in their domes, calling them second-hand materials. You know, a lot of it being dumped in Gambia, and then if people cannot deal with their waste, you coming out, you want to take it, they will give it to you easily. Oh, you know, dealing with waste is a big institution. It's a big money. It's cost.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Yes, it is.
So, and in Gambia we have a lot of waste around. You know, on our beaches, people are throwing waste. You know, we did several
like trash and
trash. You know, we did several sensitization, several activities to clean. You know, that even foster us to create an organization called Kundilini Yoga for environmental protection.
And so that's where you guys just basically like this,
yes,
you
like
help to clean up the environment, and you, in other words, you're turning the tide.
Yeah.
I know we had a challenge a few weeks ago where it rained and the wind was such that it would blow down, create a lot of damage. Roofs coming out, people injured, because trees were cut down and they weren't replaced. So anything that you're doing that's eco-friendly, not only is it going to inspire others to do it, but it is the right thing to do.
And also, I think in 2018 when we started the International Vegan Fest, and you were inspirationally interested in cleaning the beach at that time. But we didn't go through with it because we had so much going on, and me, it seems like when there's a lot going on, I feel a little stressed. So we kind of had to slow down.
Absolutely.
But I would like to see that happen again, because you had Spicy Tasty Vegan, you know, as spearheading that, and you were the one that was making it happen. So you have always been interested in, you know, cleaning and making Gambia a more eco-friendly environment for the world, and it's going to happen. Yes.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to go on location so you can see what he's done up to this point, he and his incredible group of Gambians. And what we'll be doing, stay in tune, because we're going to do that. But before we do that, I want to make sure he can ask our audience, how can we help you? How can you get help?
Yes, thank you very much. You know, and as I said, help you can. Yes, you can help through contacting Spicy Tasty Vegan. You know, you can help us. You can help through our crowdfunding. We have a crowdfunding called Cool Veranda in Tarinding. You know, you can.
How did you say Cool
Veranda.
Cool Veranda.
Yes.
And we'll have that in the comments.
Yes, we'll put it there. Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely pass through your help through Spicy Tasty Vegan. Because you are Mama Naasira.
Because we'll do right by your money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
We don't mind handling other people's money, because that's the beginning of a bank.
You handle people's life. You give people food.
That's
And
right.
that's the most generous and most trustworthy thing
That's
people
right.
can give. You know?
Yeah.
People can owe you.
Now, before we go to location, we want to let you know how much we appreciate men and women like Bobo that are adding value to the lives of other people and the Gambia. So we'll be right back, and next we're going to be on location so you can see where he is in the Telegam and how close it is to Banjul, how easily accessible it is along the river, and all of the other wonderful things that make this special. Bobo?
Yes, sir.
Mama Naasira?
Oh yeah, but thank you. We're just really honored to have Bobo here at this moment, giving us some information. I'm happy that we supported you. Did we support?
Fantastic. You did great.
Yes.
This is the first time I had a video like this. You know, this magnitude, and you know, all this camera and the cameraman. Thank you, man.
Oh yeah, we need to let people know what we're doing in the Gambia. I mean, yes, we do have some negative things, but this is very positive.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
And for our viewers, our friends, our fans, and those of you that are following, we appreciate your support in helping to make this world a better place. And we do it by putting our heart, our thoughts, our love, and even our credit cards and our money into things that can help bring it about more quickly.
Yes.
So next, we'll be on location.
See you. See you at the
Peace and
location.
love.
Yes.
Spicy Tasty Vegan Cuisine.
Please comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy Tasty Vegan Cuisine. Yeah.